father was worried. He said, no, my daughter don't know anything about a Jewish background, so how will she accept that such a thing, or say the truth that she did, that she practiced the ritual? How will she do? So the father doubted. And in the same story, he challenged the priest, and others on the table sitting down eating together also challenged the whole thing. Said, no, we don't think it's right. So, because if you do, you test people in that manner and you put them to pain, they can say yes only to stop, to get, to free themselves from the pain that you are putting them into. It does not necessarily mean that they are saying the truth. But the pastor says no. The the father says no. If God is with you, you will definitely admit to the truth, because such a pain you can't deny. He says, are you sure? He says, yes. So the girl's father said, I'll put you to the test and see if you can hold on to yourself and your God being with you, if you will not, deny and, set yourself free from the pain because of that saying the truth of something that is completely a lie or false of you. And he says, yeah, my God will be with me. So it was like a joke. That's what the man thought, but it wasn't a joke. He wrote a note and stated that the father was a monkey. That Roman father was a monkey. And the father should sign to say that, yes, I am a monkey. And this man was struggling. And he says, no, that's not right. Why you want to disgrace me here? This is what we do to the kids to grow, Because the man was about to walk out. The man has sons, big sons, huge children. So the boys say, hey, don't let this man leave this house. It was an invitation. They quietly, nicely invited him to come into their house, because he wanted his daughter is never coming back. Why is the daughter not coming back? Nobody knows. So he had to find out why her daughter has been kept there. Not knowing this man is interested in the girl. The Roman father is interested in the girl, and he loved the girl, and that's why he was doing all that. But at the end of the day, the man had to prove to him that whatever he was doing was wrong. So they hold him and they let his guests that came along with him to go. They left him to go, and they said he will stay, held him in the house, held him in the same manner he did to the daughter of the what do you call it, the pastor, the Jewish man. They hung him the same way. They pulled him up the same way, and he was shouting. He couldn't take the pain. He was mourning, literally shouting. I mean, it's painful that he refused to sign the paper. But after hanging him or pulling him by the hand, he ended up shouting and agreeing that he was signed. Because if he hadn't signed, his shoulder would have twisted straight ahead. It would have, and that's what they did to the girl. And he was let loose. And when he was let loose, he took the pen and he signed that he was a monkey. The man took the letter and said, I'm going to keep this until I have my daughter back. I'm going to keep it. I will not let anybody know. But when you bring my daughter to me, then if I'll leave, I'll burn it. But if you don't, I can wait this long. If you don't, I'm going to do what? Release this to the head of the Roman church, or the head of the parliament, wherever the man was rich, so he could go up the ladder and say, this is what you wrote. The king will know that you claim that you are a monkey. I'll humiliate you just like you've done to my daughter. You're a wicked man. And this time, this man and whatever they did, he can't bring the daughter back because he has put the girl in a situation where the church cannot release. They have accepted that is the way of testing people. So he can't go back his word and let the girl go. The girl was kept in prison. He tried to convince the Roman father to allow the girl, but it wasn't going to work like that. And this man had to, when war struck, he had to go to the other side of France to join the other people, and because his name was very important, he doesn't want his name to be destroyed. He was fighting, doing any way to get the girl out, and join Napoleon this thing to come and overthrow the other government, the Roman Church at that time, to take over and release all the people from their cell before the girl came out. The girl came out, the father and everybody, family were dead because of the war. He couldn't get home. She was just walking about, But she got pregnant by the same father, Roman father, and had a child. The child looked just like her, But to catch a long story short, the idea is the rule that had been set that they had to do at that time to get information from people. And so if the Islamic book have its own rule, people follow through to get a point. So if you look at what the text is saying here, challenging anybody to the test that, okay, if you think you are just like God or you are that, then why that if somebody is dying, prove, that the death is just at his throat. Why don't you challenge that? Why can't you challenge that? Just like it was being proved here to the Roman father. You claim that that's how you have to do to people to make them to get information. Now you were there, your God cannot help you, that you have to sign that you are a monkey, whilst you are not a monkey. And you claim that it's a good way to do things. So if you are the person reading this book and you claim that killing somebody by the truth, just as the book is saying here or suggesting here, that then why do you in 83, Surah LVI 83, then why do ye, it continues from the previous birth of 75, coming all the way. And he says, why do ye not intervene? If you claim to be, why don't you intervene when somebody is dying? So even the Quran believes that in such a situation, if a man or a simple man, you're trying to challenge the rule or anything, if you're a man and you're better than God, then come, because God has decreed us, that is the leaders or people who declaring that, the person declaring this is trying to tell you, if it's a leader who is declaring it, is trying to tell you that this book is doing something right to get information from people, just like the Roman father. If you think you're a man, why don't you interfere? And that is how authority is. Normally, how people who lead try to make their message. They make you understand or feel that it is God that has tasked us to do what we are doing. But this man, this individual man, the father of the girl who is rich also, prove to the father that God has not told you to do anything. You even telling me that God is with you. Now you are signing that you are a monkey. You put people under frustration for no reason. God has not told you anything. The rules were set by you. You sat there and you think that's how you can get information from people. But I tell you that it's wrong, because when you were put to the same test, hanging you by the hand, here you are signing that you are a monkey. My daughter admitted to something which wasn't right, because you've never been put to the test before. And you are telling people that if you do that, you'll get information. So you just did it without you yourself putting yourself in a situation to see what it's like. You put somebody down, put on a throat and try to kill him to make a point. That anybody who is challenging the Quran or challenging the Allah will put you down, will cut the throat. Let anybody who think that the rules and the regulations that we are passing on this book, whether it is Sharia law, is wrong, let that person come and challenge us. God, and let's see, because God has told us to do that. If you come out, we will kill you too, or we'll cut your throat too. That interpretation can come along in the same context. If you go to verse 4, it says, verse 84, it says, and ye the while sit looking on. You were sitting on looking on while all these things were going on. But we are nearer. But we are nearer to him than ye, and yet see not. We are nearer to you, and you do not know. But we are nearer to him than ye, and yet see not. But we are nearer to you, and yet you don't know, you see not. Then why do ye not, if ye are exempt from future account, call back the soul, if ye are true in your claim of independence? As a result, thus then, if he be of those nearest to God, there is for him rest and satisfaction in the garden of delights. This text here can be taken in a wrong context easily. But as time goes, I'm sure English will be improved by people who keep studying these books. And they study English, French, whatever, and I'm sure there's revisions will come just like the Bible is. And I read these things for that reason. Because the omnipotence and the proof of the Quran or the Bible is really clear of how the Bible really works alongside with what is there in the Bible. The Quran, they share that kind of, they all have understanding and believe the same line. If we have these things written